It. Okay.
All right,
Perfect.
welcome. Susan, do you want me to pull the slides or do you want to pull them?
Yeah, I can do it right here.
The wrong power ID was on the image. Oh my goodness. So sorry about that. So that might be, I'll check my messages. That might be where everyone is. Oh dear.
Oh no, what happened, Jen?
That people are saying the wrong, oh yeah, people are getting notices, invalid ID. What ID did I put? 417-844-2606.
Yeah, it would just, I
Okay,
knew it
four
was off
one
by one.
seven
So,
eight eight four four. Oh my goodness. All right, Susan, do you want to kick it off while I start inviting my whole team?
yes, absolutely. Well, welcome everybody. And I'm pretty sure I've met most of you. If not, my name is Susan Manuello, and Jen Barsimian is here with me today. And we are going to take you guys through a working hour for our businesses together. And if you've attended these, you know that we always, take you through some different cues and things to help you with, just contacting customers or making a list. Today, we're going to focus a little bit on subscribe and save. So, we're still going to give you guys time to work your business, inviting into a couple calls that we have going on. But we are going to really hone in on this program. And the reason is because, it's we've had it. It's been our auto ship program, but it is slightly changing. And there's some opportunities for all of us to really have some strategy the month of March to not only capture more auto ship, which is again is now called subscribe and save, but also help all of us and our customers and any planners that you have really lock in some pricing that we've got going on with Remon. So we're gonna jump into that so that you guys understand exactly what we're talking about. But
Absolutely. Thanks,
first,
Susan. And
oh, go
especially
ahead.
if you struggle to get your customers each month, because I know as a team leader, you have to have five. As a senior manager or manager, you have to have three. And when you have people on auto ship, hitting those customers is a breeze and your business becomes more predictable. Back to you, Susan.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Well, no, actually, you put this quote in here, so I want you to talk about
Oh,
this quote.
yes. So we're going to work. Today's a working session. And, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. So we are going to get to work for the success, whatever success looks like to you.
I love that. And then shout out. I love doing shout outs. So please light up the chat. Did you have a win this weekend? Maybe you had a pop up. I know Jen went to an awesome trade show yesterday, so she gets to share that win. But did you get new customers? Did you get a new planner? What calls do you have? Like, you guys just light up the chat so we can have some fun for a few minutes here. I can't even find my chat. Where is mine? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Are you guys being shy today? Here we go. Now I can see them. Oh my goodness. I've got 3 planner calls scheduled this week. Way to go, Laura. Jamie got 2K in volume and 10 customers. A planner is signing up. 2 planners today. Way to go, Jamie. Michelle has 2 appointments this week with estheticians and business owners. Amazing. Jen, you put in 2607 in the chat. Signed up a new planner who is so
Oh, thanks, Jen. Oh, Jenny, new planner. Yeah, my
awesome.
all of my chats have the wrong
Oh, got it.
Zoom
Oh, that's
link.
what she's saying.
So thank you,
Did you
Jen.
sign up a new planner? Okay. I'm on the same page now. I need some more coffee.
It's all good.
Pam got 2 new planners this weekend, both with packs. Awesome.
Nice.
That is the key,
Feels
right?
good. Oh, Darcy just signed up this week. Welcome, Darcy. Welcome to the
Well,
team. You joined the best team in the whole company, and maybe we are a little biased.
Yeah, Megan hit Unilevel and almost at the
Yay.
5% retail bonus.
Oh my gosh.
And she has an event on the 21st out of Salon. Way to
I
go.
love, like, we're only on the ninth day of the month, and Megan's already at Unilevel and her 5%.
I
It's
know.
amazing.
These are some amazing
Love
shout
it.
outs. Tara's compiling her list of 100 and working from it. Having a party this
Yay.
week and waiting to hear back for an event in Vegas in 2 weeks. You guys, these are fantastic.
Awesome. Oh, the director chat is now saying that it's the wrong. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, y'all.
Well, congratulations, everybody. I mean, like Jen just said, it's only the 9th. We've got some incredible momentum happening out of Long Beach. You guys are seriously winning and just sharing, sharing more about products and the opportunity. And I think that that is what is so key is we want more of us. We want to duplicate more of us because this is, this is such an incredible company and we're really just getting started. So, love it. Okay. We wanted to make sure you guys know about a couple of calls happening. This one is happening in a few hours. So we wanted to make sure that you guys are not only thinking, who's on your list that could know somebody in Europe, maybe they are in Europe, you want to have them be some of the first to know about it. But Jen made a really great point. If you are able to today, jump on this call because sometimes just hearing about the expansion and being a part of it, even if you don't have a guest yet, you being the guest can really just expand your vision and get those wheels turning, right? And sometimes it's just, being present. It really can help you take that next step to being a part of, Europe, thinking about somebody on your list. So get on this call. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific today. Right, Jen? Did you have something
Yeah,
else you wanted to?
two Eastern, one Central, noon Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific. And if you are around, and if you're like me and you're thinking, well, I don't know anyone in Italy, I don't know anyone in these countries, get on the call. And as Susan said, it will help you to expand your vision, but it will also start to get you thinking in the right direction of who do I know that might know someone. And then also please visualize yourself with oh my gosh, it's early for me too, with a large European team
Mhm.
and just plan that for yourself in your brain and let your subconscious go to work on that.
I love that. That's perfect. Okay, and then we are continuing our director collaboration. So, as you guys are probably well aware of, we have special calls on Tuesday night. Tuesday night is focused a little bit more on the business. So Jen Barsimian and her amazing college student son, Cooper, the three of us are going to be bringing, Remon Live to you and to your guests on Tuesday night, talking about why now, why K Beauty, and specifically why this company and opportunity. Here is something that is going to be different. We are going to start having these Tuesday Remon Lives the first Tuesday of the month, and then utilize the recordings for the rest of the month. So we're going to keep it fresh by having them live at the very first week. But because last week we were all coming back from conference, this week is going to be technically the first Tuesday of the month. So we are going to again be on tomorrow night. And then every Thursday we are going to continue with our master class. That's just been such a popular Zoom where
That
you're
is a
getting
fan favorite,
it's a
Susan.
fan favorite where
Beloved.
you're getting your current customers on, you're getting new prospective customers on, and just it's a really great first exposure for anybody that you are sharing this with because it's interactive. We're going to be doing, a demo. Amazing Jamie DeBronos is going to be on. If you guys have seen her on Instagram, she is so great sharing her tips. And so we're going to be on there bringing those fun demos to you. And there's always a giveaway and just really, really cool stuff. So definitely invite to these events this week. Okay. But what are we going to jump into for today, Jen?
Well, today we're going to go a little bit over the new subscribe and save. So, many of you heard at convention or you've heard since the auto ship program is changing to the subscribe and save program, which is really what it is. And they're going to have monthly auto delivery of your favorite products, which we already have, right? And rewards for loyalty, which we already have, but it's going to look a little bit different. So, very similar to what we had before, the products ship automatically. There's no minimum purchase. You can have a balm stick on auto ship and it is fine. And then you could switch it out for a snow enzyme cleanser. The only key is you need to remain month after month after month, but it is very easy to manage and it is very easy to change. So, not only are you going to get discounted products, but they will start offering exclusive discounts just for the subscribe and save members to make it even more interesting. And the people who are currently on subscribe and save, actually, if you take us to the next slide, Susan, we'll show you what the deals are going to be. Um, when you are a loyal customer, when you order month over month, you're going to be given a 5% off, you'll be given 5% off on your monthly order every single month. After 12 months, you will get 10% off moving forward. Now, here's the thing, the folks who have already been on auto ship, who have already been on a month or 12 months, brain, they will get the 10% automatically. So it doesn't reset or start from zero. People are going to be rewarded right away.
Awesome.
Yeah, next slide, or let me know if you have anything to add to that.
No, I mean, that's the coolest part is that, auto ship is such an antiquated word now, right? But this really shows that they're subscribing and they're saving. And so the more that they're on the program, the more they're going to be able to, save on these incredible products that they're using. And so we wanted to give you guys some visuals of what are our favorite products to promote for an auto ship that's happening every 30 days, something that they are going to be able to go through. And I don't know about you guys, but this one right here, this, even if I'm not being crazy with it, I run out of this like every 30 to 40 days, 45 days, right? But if I'm real, like, especially with how dry it's been, I am running out of this closer to 20 to 25 days because I've been putting a lot more on during the day, a lot more on at night. I'm reapplying it. So this is an easy discussion, in my opinion, with my customers and with planners on getting this on. Plus, it's 60. It's a really good price point for a reoccurring order. It's not
Yes.
gonna be like, oh my gosh, right? So this is like my favorite conversation on a reoccurring order. But these are other products that are also perfect for a reoccurring order, right? The Lightning line, if you're using Deep Talk Plus, that's an easy discussion to do every 30 days. The collagen, again, every 30 days. If you're taking the shot every day, you're going to be running out. So those are easy discussions to get on a subscribe and save because they're going to be getting discounts. And then what else, Jen? What else do we love now?
The mask and the we're going to talk about the Boo Say Boo in just a minute, but I did want to say that I had a customer who had been on the skincare for 6 months, and she's my age. She was born in the 1960s, and she said, "Jen, I'm just not seeing the improvement in the sagging." So she added the collagen peptides, the oral collagen, and that made the difference for her. So if you ever have anybody say to you, "Oh, I'm just not seeing the results that I need," get them on that oral peptide. It is, yes, it's a collagen, but with peptides, it's also helping your body create its own collagen even after you've taken the drink. So it's a pretty remarkable product. But we're going to talk about the Boo times two. So Susan and I were on with Danny Bay and your directors, the North American directors from Team 1%, and we were on a call with Danny, and we were talking about, well, we're going to put these products on Subscribe and Save, but they last for many months. And Danny said, why is it lasting so long? And he said, do you know that in a Korean clinical trial, if you did Boo times two, you increased your hydration 80%? And I had heard about this, but I thought they were joking. So Susan and I sat on the bus going over to Danny's house. This was a while. Danny was this week, but a while back, we were on the bus going over to Danny's house after an event, and the directors who were from Asia had the gorgeous, beautiful glass skin, but they were all women in their late 60s and early 70s. And we're thinking, what is going on over there? So not only were they booing times four, but they were doing something called a mega dab, which is where you take the cream that Susan is holding right now and you put it on a thick mask-like substance on your face. Sometimes you even have to scrape it off. They use like a pastry scraper or something to take it off at the end. But I find that the newer one soaks in much better. So anyway, if you're at all struggling with your results, remember Boo times two and the Mega Dab, which is the EX cream. So if you're doing those types of treatments, then you are going to be running out of this stuff a lot faster. And both Susan and I, look at Susan's forehead. I don't know if you can see mine. We both booed times two last night
Yep.
just to get it. And I have not washed my face yet this morning. I'll just be honest with y'all. That's my next step after this call. But I think we both have a little bit of an enhanced glow. So we encourage that. Of course, having the mask on auto ship is going to make you do the mask more frequently. And doing the mask more frequently gets you way, way more results. And then, of course, the body cream, all the stories about the cellulite going away, the drooping, the sagging, the crepey skin on the arms, the what's it called? The bat wings tightening up, right? All of that stuff. You want to have that cream on auto ship as well.
Yep.
Anything else, Susan, that I missed?
No, other than the new rad line, I popped that on here because, the previous ampule, I know a lot of people who were on auto ship for the ampule. But now it is Essence and it is instead of 30 milliliters, it's 50 milliliters, right? It's bigger. So I'm not sure. All I know is the new product line on the rad, we're going to probably have people who run out of the moisturizer sooner. They're going to want that on the Subscribe and Save. Or maybe they're using the toner. I know a lot of people who love using the toner day and night. That one might be a great one for them to put on Subscribe and Save. Or it might be the essence. So just, talking to your customers, asking them, what are you finding that you're running through? Because you might be using it, twice a day or a little bit more. So again, just encouraging because they're going to get that 5% off just by being on the program, and then eventually the 10% when they hit that. We've got a couple questions in the chat. I hope you guys are also making your lists right now because we want to make sure you are doing that as well. You said 80%. I could have sworn Danny said that the clinicals were 83%. I mean,
Oh, it
close
probably
enough.
was.
Okay, so
I
80, I think it was
probably just remembered.
83%. Yeah. And the clinicals are from Korea, so like technically we can't say,
Yep.
but we can verbally tell you that the clinicals that they did, it increased hydration by 83%. But
And
I,
I did see a comment about the running out of the serum faster, and they
yep,
use a lot of booster. I'm telling you, more booster. Your face needs to be dripping wet from the booster. If you're going for the full results, this is what we're learning. None of us knew this, by the way. We've all been going lighter on everything, and I think our results have really amped up since
yep.
going heavier, and really learning about using the products more. And then when your face is wet from the serum, or excuse me, from the booster, you can use less serum. It makes your
Mhm.
serum stretch longer.
Yep. And I even reapply the booster spray sometimes during the day too.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so this is what we're talking about when we're saying, to have some strategy around March. And what does that mean? What does that look like? It's a special opportunity because anybody who signs up, that's customers or planners, by the way, who add a subscribe and save in March, they are locking in the current price. So if you've not heard, we are having a slight price increase starting April 1st. And I think we should really share in case you didn't, if we weren't in Long Beach or you haven't had this conversation before. I think it's so important to know, Chairman On, he is so passionate about our brand being affordable luxury, right? And he really has been asked to raise prices a few times. In fact, when we hired Pentagram and came out with the brand new packaging on the signature line, I mean, that really was probably when he should have, but he still held back because he wanted to make sure that all of us in the field were feeling really supported by our price point. But in the last 3 years, they've made huge investments in the smart farm with Pentagram. They've, obviously with the packaging, and then just the cost of things have gone up. I mean, I don't think any of us can disagree. Like the cost of plastic, the cost of manufacturing has gone up, but he has continued to keep our price point. And so after a lot of deliberation and of course running a lot of things through analytics, they have decided that it was time to go ahead and increase slightly, but if you have already seen a few of the price lists, like it's not going up a ton. Most everything is keeping the same number in the front, right? So if it was $27, it's now $29. Like they're not even going up beyond that. If it was 60, it's going to 66. The Boo Say Boo is probably the largest increase. But I mean, I think that I'm still shocked it's under $100, but it's going from 90 to 99. So that's probably the biggest one that I've seen. So everything is just slightly increasing, but this is the opportunity that creates itself is because we have that happening April 1st. If you get your customers and yourself on a subscribe and save, you're locking in those prices, the current ones for April, May, and June. So that's amazing, right, Jen?
It is amazing. And I did a vendor event this weekend. There were a lot of estheticians and med spas there. And whenever I'm working with the professionals, they always question how our product can be effective at the price point. They're $60. They hold up the cream, they look at it. $60, that's ridiculous. That's so low. They're charging, two and $300 for their med spa brands. We work better than the med spa brands. So the fact that our prices are increasing even slightly is a little bit more in line with the positioning of these products.
Hmm. Yep, exactly.
And I
Yep.
did see some questions in the chat, so I just wanted to let people know. So when you put things on subscribe and save in March, you are locking them in for the next 3 months, right? If a customer removes an item from their subscription, they can't add it back after March. They can't add it back at the current price. It will go back on at the new price. So if you want to really stay stocked up or you want to keep current with your current pricing, add to the auto ship, let it run for the next 3 months. And if you take anything out at the lower price, it will be the new price for you from now on.
Yeah. And we are getting a couple questions too. It's anything that's yes, in the cart on your subscribe and save. So you're
Correct.
locking in the pricing that's on the subscribe and save, not the whole website.
No, because it will change next month. So we have the current pricing through the end of the month. So the way I see it, this today we're working on auto ship and current and new auto ship customers, but this is also going to be something that's important to notify your regular customers and let them know that there is a pricing change coming. They may want to grab things this month. And if they want to keep the price, the current price, they can put it on an auto ship.
Yep.
if
And
that
then
if
let's
that
talk
makes sense.
about the existing ones too. I know we kind of mentioned,
Yeah.
but let's go over it.
Yep. So if somebody's already on auto ship, their order history is going to carry over. So remember, we're working towards a 12-month window to get a 10% discount. So if you have somebody who's already been on auto ship for a year, they're automatically coming in at the 10% discount. Their subscription count continues and they still qualify for the discounts. They can keep their current items and they can receive the new subscribe and save benefits. So if they already have the cream and the Boost Boo on auto ship, that is going to remain at the current price for the next 3 months.
Exactly. As long as they don't change the cart or take it.
Correct.
Yeah. But they might want to add a couple things in. So that's another conversation. If you have
Yeah.
somebody that's already on, let them know that this is happening and they might want to add in the collagen ampule peptide, right? Or they might want to add in the melting masks just for,
Absolutely.
just some added savings and added benefits.
Or if they're like me, they'll stock up for the next 3 months and they'll have their they'll have their products for a while.
Yeah.
Sandra's asking, what if you swap each month the products you need so it's always different? Once those products come out, they go back up to the regular price for us. So you can either keep it in there and maintain the discount or pull it out and you go back up to the new pricing.
Yeah. And maybe that customer, that's what matters most, right? Like maybe
Correct.
for that customer, they'd rather still have the different products and it's not as big of a deal. Because again, if the cleanser is only going up by like $2 or $3, but they're getting the savings, then maybe that's more important. So I don't overthink that. Just let them know what's happening.
Everybody needs to know.
Yes. Okay, and then did you want to touch on this? I know we kind of talked about that.
Yeah. So in July, what's going to happen is everything's going to transition over. So the products that are in your cart will go up to the new pricing. Okay. And oh, nope, lies. Sorry. Items at the new price will continue normally. Items at the lowest price or sorry, oh my goodness, current price will drop off and you'll need to re-add them.
They'll have
So
to re-add them.
totally scratch what I said at the beginning. I'm learning this along with all of y'all. It's brand new.
You're good. You're good. Okay. So we talked about this kind of too, but let's talk about it again. So why this matters for customers, obviously, number one, it locks in the current pricing for the next 3 months on the items that are in the cart. Okay. As long as they're not changing them around. So for March, they start earning that monthly discount right away. And then, of course, they're never going to run out of their favorite product if you've got it in that subscribe and save cart. So again, it locks it in for April, May, and June, and they get the additional 5% right away.
And then just to reiterate, you can absolutely change the products at any time.
Yes, you can still change them. It just doesn't necessarily lock in that price. I feel like we had a couple questions too, Jen. If
Yeah,
you
so I have things on auto ship and I've never received a gift. How does that work? That's a great question, Brooke. So after the 3 months, it will appear as a coupon in your back office. So, or not your back office, sorry, your account. So when you go to check out of your own account, your shopping account, it will be, $30 you'll see at the coupon, where you add the Remon dollars or the coupon. So you can add the 30 there.
Mhm.
And then, yep, Jane, definitely you can still change your items, of course. You are not being dense. Susan and I went over this extensively and we're still getting there. Do those coupons expire? That's a great question, Cindy. I had heard 1 year. Susan, what do
That's
you
correct.
know? Okay,
That's
one
correct.
year. And pool customers still get their discount. Absolutely, Megan. And the old pricing is on top of the 5 to 10%. Clarify on that, Pamela, excuse
I
me.
think what she means is like the current price plus they get the automatic 5%,
Oh,
which
yes,
is, yes,
correct.
that is
Excellent
correct.
point.
Yes,
Excellent point, Pamela. And then Audrey is saying, but they are no longer doing the $30 coupon. No, yes, correct, Audrey. They're doing a 10% off if they stay on for 12 months, and they are doing specials that are going to only be available to Subscribe and Save members.
that's right. Okay, great questions, you guys. So let's talk about why this is really like so important, right? Why does it matter for your business? And this is something that if you've been in this industry for any amount of time, you've probably at some point been a part of a company that had a required auto ship. Um, and there's a lot of benefits to that. I love with Remon. In fact, it was one of the first things that I know a lot of you on the call probably said the same thing. Oh my gosh, we don't have a required auto ship here. Like that's amazing. Because I think people were getting a little bit bogged down by that, right? But it's so valuable when you like choose to do it, when you actually opt in to do it, because then, instead of it being required, you are choosing which items you want to have on a repeat basis. And when there's a savings program, then again, it's a reward. It's something that rewards you for having, just like on Amazon, you have Subscribe and Save on Amazon on your favorite products. Maybe it's not even your favorite. Maybe it's stuff you have to have, like toilet paper. But at least you're getting a savings. And so that's why it really is a driver for all of us because you're going to have repeat customers that you can predict the monthly volume. It's very, very valuable to have that. And it also drives a higher customer retention in your business because people are, using the products, loving the products, getting the savings, getting those rewards. And then again, that's going to grow and stabilize your business and your volume and therefore your income. So it really is a great way to, make sure that you've got kind of at least out of your whole entire customer base, like shoot for a certain percentage of your customers getting on auto ship. And Jen, what would you say is like, what's your goal for your customer base? Like what is your percentage goal?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'll just be very honest with all of you. I'm an old school network marketer, so I have a lot of team members, and customers aren't my jam. So my goal is to get 20% of my customers onto Subscribe and Save. I think I have two now. I'm just being honest, and they self-identified. So this is not something that I have been active doing a good job at actively promoting. So I would like to get 20% on. And
I
Susan, I'm going
love
to
that.
ask you your goal, but I do want to share.
Mhm.
Donna Fitzpatrick, amazing graphic. Amazing.
Oh,
So if y'all go to the
wow.
chat, Donna has simplified all of this down in a beautiful graphic and she put it in the chat for your use.
Donna.
Donna, we are not worthy. Thank you, my friend. That is beautiful. And I posted the two graphics with all the information that we used to break down and get this presentation. So we are grateful to you, Donna. We will send that out to the directors. We
Thanks,
will
ChatGPT, she says.
Thanks. I know it's the best. We
Amazing.
love chat. Well, I put these two graphics, the big graphics, I put them in chat and I said, please break this down in a simple, understandable manner. And they did that, and chat did that. So we will make sure that your team leaders have these slides as well. So now you've got the graphics with all the information. You have the graphic that Donna did to make it make sense. And then we will send you this brief synopsis as well. So I hope that all helps. And of course, your team leaders, your directors, your uplines, they're always there for questions. And Susan, what's your goal for your
Yeah, I
auto
just
ship?
I just dropped it in the chat. My
Subscribe
goal
and
is
save.
50%.
Oh,
50% of
good
my
for you,
customers.
smarty pants. Yes.
No, I mean, I'm the same. Like as far as honestly, it's been like crazy experience with Remon. In the past, I never had a ton of customers in my previous like life. It was always more on the business side, but I think it's such a testament to our products. Like this is the first opportunity that I feel like my bougie girlfriends are like, "Oh, no, I want that." Like they absolutely love our products. And so my customer count has gone up and up and up. And so my goal is to get 50% of them. I only have, I would say, like 15% on subscribe or auto ship. So I'm really, because of these, lock in the pricing, the 5% and the 10% over time, like those are perks that I think we've kind of been waiting for. Even though we had the Pool Plus, it was hard to understand. This is much more simple. People understand the 5%, that like that's easy. So I'm really excited to start getting more of my customers on
No,
subscribe.
that's I 100% Susan. I feel that deeply.
Yeah.
And Jana is saying, "You go, girl. That's a lofty goal, 50%." I was thinking I would be lucky to get 30%. So Jana's going for 30%. Leah said she has 200 customers and only three on subscribe and save. Leah, that makes me feel better. That's about my situation too. I've got less. I think I have 70 customers and two on subscribe and save. So this is huge.
I
Ellen saying
know.
it makes it much easier to share and explain. Customers love to save. Audrey would love more customers. She has a bunch of planner customers. Yes, exactly.
Leah, you have, holy cow, that's
Just
amazing.
200. I
She's
know.
200 customers.
Because
See,
Leah is incredible at follow up and customer care.
I know, I know. But see, this is what's so exciting is like, I can't wait for us. We should have like a follow-up Zoom in a couple weeks to see
Yes.
where we're at
Yes.
because,
We'll report back.
yeah, because
Yeah.
like with this new program, like I really feel like we can all get our percentages up. I really do. I think this is going to be very helpful. So, all right,
Yes.
we've got some scripts, so we're going to stop talking.
We're gonna start working.
We're gonna start working. We know we've talked your ears off today, but hopefully this has been very helpful. So here's some scripts on some, ways to reach out, some things to say. Of course, we all know as scripts, these are a baseline, but make it your own. You guys have that relationship. In fact, Jen and I were talking to yesterday when we were getting ready for this, and I do want to share this quick story because, you know, when we're talking about price, I just want this reminder. Our customers and the people that you're contacting, yes, they want to know the details. They want to know why this is going to, all the benefits, and they want to know the price. But don't forget, people are buying from you. We are creating that value and that testimony of our results and why they're going to love these products. And I had, from being in corporate America forever ago, I just will never forget this training that I was in at one point, and this guy was talking about the very first thing he said is, if you sell on price, you're going to lose on price. And that always stuck with me because that is such the tiny, tiny, tiny detail for the big picture of why people are buying. They're not really buying. That's like the smallest detail of why they're buying. And so as we're discussing these things, yes, we have a price increase and we're locking in pricing and all of that is important, but just don't forget that the big picture is they're going to love their results. They're going to love the products and they love you. They're going to love your extension of the customer service. And so keep that still at the forefront when you're discussing these things, but of course it's part of the big picture. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you for saying that, Susan. We're leading with the value of the products. And, every time, like I said, we were out this weekend, and every time I talk to a med spa owner, they think we are crazily underpriced for what we are. We work better than the med spa brands. And, it's time for
Yep.
us to move a little bit more in our positioning with
I
the med
love that.
spa brands.
I love that. Okay,
So
well, what do,
let's
what
get
do
to
we want to,
work.
yeah, let's get to work. So if you have a list of your current customers, that's a great place to start, obviously. If you haven't pulled your current list, go to your business and under My Business, you have two tabs. You have your planner tab and your customer tab. So click on your customer tab and then there you go. You have your current customer list that you can start reaching out.
And then in the chat, if you're like me and you have two auto ship customers, this is going to be real quick for you, right? So in the chat, I put additional scripts that you can use to share with current non auto ship customers. So it's the three large text bubbles. And of course, copy those, paste them somewhere else, retweak the words to make it sound like you, and let's go.
Yeah, you know what? So here's the current auto ship script ideas. So if you haven't taken a screenshot or you want to write these down, go ahead and do that. And then the next slide is current customers not on auto ship, right, Jen?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm just replying to Sandra's question about the mask for overnight repair for the eye. And oh, during the day or evening, sorry, Eve, for overnight repairs. So yeah, collagen mask. You can do it during the day if you have an event. Makeup goes over it beautifully, especially when you're doing it with the rest of the skincare. But if you're really looking for deep, deep repair, you can do the Boo times two, the mask, and then a thick layer of the cream. And that is a restorative, reparative treatment that you can use overnight. Yes, I will grab the auto ship script and drop it in the chat real quick. Sorry about that. So, you know what I'm noticing as I go through my list? I have a lot of planners on auto ship. So, if you also are seeing planners on auto ship, please let them know that these changes are coming because please know that most planners are not as plugged in as you are. If you don't see them sitting here on this meeting and attending other events and whatnot, they probably have no idea that this is happening. So always treat your planners, the ones that are doing a couple $100 here and there, those are really your best customers when you think about it. So let them know what's happening with the auto ship as well.
And it's Christine. Can I say something real quick? Everybody's asking where the price guide is. It's in boards. It's in our boards and it's under forms. So I just wanted to let everybody know.
Thank you so much, Christine. Perfect. And Christine added that to the chat for everyone. Thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Well,
Okay, so amazing, everybody. Well, we have just like 4 minutes left. Don't forget as well to invite into the Tuesday night call, and then the Thursday night call this week. And then just to clarify, because I did see the question, I answered it in the chat, but in case you guys were wondering, we are going to be doing the Thursday night call live every single Thursday. So just moving forward, it's the Tuesday night that'll just be this week, but then the first Tuesday of every month. And then also the European call, don't forget, is coming up in just a couple of hours. All right. Well, Jen, thank you for hosting this power hour together. And thank you, everybody, for jumping on this morning. Have an amazing day. Have a great week. We'll see you on the calls and get after it.
Thanks, Susan. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Jen. Bye.